Alright, well, this is up and going. I gotta go get a charger for my phone. Because it's at like 12%. And just in case, God, I hope nobody messes with me. But just in case. Katy Perry stuck in my head for whatever weird reason. Dark Horse, to be specific. I don't know why. I've heard that song like a total of 5 times since it's been released, and whatever weird reason, it's stuck in my head. All right, so I need to go to an insane asylum.
I still have nightmares about the Great Fire.
The Great Fire.
Really? Were you alive then? How old are you exactly?
I was 3. And maybe it's not even a true memory, just the collective memory of the city. I see the flames. I see the burning buildings. And I hear the screams.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought you weren't born in Clawville. Aren't you from Averia?
Exactly, Marty. We were just visiting Clawville when the fire broke out.
I'm surprised you ever returned.
Well, maybe that's the reason I did return, Marty. It's like when someone falls in love with their
Stockholm
captor,
Syndrome?
you know? Somehow, I feel like this is my place. No matter how much suffering it brings, Clawville's fate is intertwined with mine.
Heavy stuff.
Sure is. So where am I going? Like what?
So where exactly is this place?
A few hours' drive from here, in the middle of nowhere. It's a creepy old mansion, of course.
You think it's a good idea to go there? What if it's a trap?
I told you, you can still go back.
Huh, wouldn't you love that? No such luck, boss. If I get killed or locked up forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be on you.
Thanks, pal. I deserved that.
You still trust her?
I never trusted her, Marty.
I mean, you believe her?
I'm sure she was honestly afraid. People don't fake it that easy. But I can understand why she didn't tell us about her, former profession.
Or how she knows Molly.
Yeah, that too. And the death of Deborah complicated things even more.
Hey, Sonny, she didn't seduce you, right? I mean, Natasha.
Not that I remember.
Don't be stupid, Marty. My old ticker hasn't been beating for a long time. Not that way, anyway.
Yeah, all right, boss. So what do you think happened to the corpse?
Probably been eaten. Horrible to think about, but even if half of what they say about the Hive is true, starvation, riots, arson, predation.
You're telling me. Makes my feathers stand on end when I think about what goes on in there. And we pretend we don't know about it. As if Roachtown isn't even part of Clawville.
This won't end well. I'm afraid soon, Clawville's gonna burn once again. And because of its own foolishness.
Well, that's if another meat war doesn't break out first. 'Cause then, the whole wilderness will burn.
Lovely prospects, eh?
Either way, it was a damn clever move for Wessler to hide the body in Roachtown.
It's the only place no one will ever find it.
Like the belly of a burning ship.
Yep.
Oh, I think that was an intentional red herring.
Sounds about right.
Can I go anywhere yet? Meat war? Oh, that's... weird. I'm not entirely sure.
A closet that's...
Who'd have thought? I believed that little rat. I thought he'd changed. Idiot.
There's a point when it's too late to change, Marty. His past caught up with him. Whatever he did since then doesn't matter.
Not much.
Exactly. And that's the case with us, too. That's why I won't back down. Even though a voice in my head is screaming right now, leave it all to hell and have another drink.
Maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should.
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because he learned Natasha worked in a brothel.
No, that could be the case, but I believe the roots go deeper than that.
Which we'd only learn if we talked to him. I mean, if the corpse isn't him, because then we'd need a medium.
Which would be exciting, but maybe it's enough if we ask the doctor who treated him.
That too. Yeah. But
Do I go back
where's
to,
the
what's
fun
his
in that?
name? The owl? What do I do?
Okay, so the picture is...
No, that could...
Which we'd only learn if we talked to him.
Which would...
I can't leave.
Why did you keep that wristband?
What do I do to get out of here? Is there a number I call?
Please say the floor inside.
More like dirty... Well, you...
Never.
I feel like I've seen that.
When all of this is...
It's been a minute. What do I do?
You know, I thought about it multiple times.
We've met her on a number of occasions.
Maybe Susie's just an act.
You've read too much of that cheap...
Yeah, you're...
I know.
Okay, so the picture...
Tonight you tried to kill me.
Are you talking to the city?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You and me both, Bob.
Maybe I'm just old.
I got the insane asylum. That's it.
A stack of...
It's got to be a
I've had
number.
enough-
There's got to be a number I call. That's what it's got to be at this point.
Books I've never...
It's what it's got to be. Nine eight four 237. Nine, 8, 4. That's all I got. 2, 3, 7. Is that a real number? Yep. Alright, so... I can't leave.
What? The hype?
Nah, the work, the buzz, the phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up.
I'm not sure it's healthy to enjoy that.
Hey, no healthy animal, but...
Yeah, true.
So this is them.
Yeah, the wild gentlemen. They were role models when I was a kid.
Well, you must have been a weird kid, which ain't surprising. My idols were the White Wolf and Super Squirrel.
The White Wolf, eh? Explains a lot. You know, when I was back in Averia, Clawville and the whole let's live together in peace bullshit seemed like an unattainable dream. Those guys made it happen. The city rose from the ashes of the Great Fire.
Yeah, but look at it now. And what would have become of you if you hadn't ended up in Clawville? Maybe you'd even be happy?
Perhaps.
I'm lost in this place. Like, I'm entirely lost. I don't know what to interact with. I've interacted with everything in the room. It's something on the phone. How would I know this? I looked it up. How would I know a number? Is there a number on the thing? Not a number at all. How on earth would I have known this? Yeah, how would I haven't seen that number anywhere. How would I have known that?
Hello. You've called the Let There Be Peace Forever mental institution for ill and damaged minds. What can I do for you, sir? Or madam?
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert Wessler.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives. Do you have one?
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling from the Clawville Police Department.
Oh, I see. In that case, officer, I'd advise you to visit our institution personally. Our director and I would be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, miss. I guess I'll do that.
We'll welcome you with open arms, sir. Have yourself a beautiful, starlit night.
Oh, thanks. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Okay.
So,
We have to go there.
the thought gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps aren't good enough for you?
Ha ha ha. So,
It'd be better if I called Lewis. He'll open up a room for you to sleep in.
Whew, great idea.
All right. I know this one. I think. Call. Oh, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis, it's me again.
Oh, hello, Sonny. What's up?
Were you sleeping, pal?
Me? Oh, I wasn't. Anyway, I'm always at your service.
Would
Have to
you open up
sneeze.
a room for Marty?
Naturally, Sonny.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm not even gonna say it.
I will. You owe me one. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if Lewis is our big bad villain? Like, get out.
Sorry for the mess, Marty. I rarely have visitors.
Don't worry about it, Sonny. I didn't expect anything else.
Thanks.
Oh, okay, now we can leave? We're going to an insane asylum! Chapter 4, farewell, my lovely! Is this the end of the game?
I slept like I used to sleep years ago. Like a miner or a soldier. Empty. Dead tired. Then I saw Tessa. My darling little daughter.
You have a daughter?
But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away. Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. "I'm here," I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. "Who's there?"
The green eyes.
Suddenly,
Natasha!
she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold.
Actually, they're
Then
very
she
green.
said something.
What'd you say?
Painted red. Painted red. Painted red.
Chicken police. Paint it red.
That was just a dream, Sonny.
So this is the
Nothing
chicken
more.
police. Give me a second, I'll
I looked at
explain.
Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes as he probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back, go home, and forget about all of this. Of course, I stepped on the gas instead.
So this is chicken police. It is a
Honestly, I wasn't expecting
on.
anything good, but this...
It is a nitty-gritty cop flick with these two, Sonny Featherland, Marty McChicken, yes, these are the names, as Sonny here is trying to find out a blackmail issue with that cat we just saw with the green eyes, Natasha, who has been blackmailed by probably somebody in the mafia? And she's also, might be royalty, might not be royalty. It's probably the weirdest game I've ever played. Probably legitimately the weirdest game I've ever actually played. But it's kind of got interest. It's kind of becoming interesting. That's why I'm still playing it. Plus it was $10. So, I mean, what am I going to do? Not get a $10 game? I got the shelf back there for a reason.
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances
It's not
can be
actually.
deceiving.
It's not a furry dating sim. This is. Hold on, where's the case at? Where's the case at? Let me read to you the case. Chicken Police is a buddy cop noir adventure with a carefully crafted world, a gritty story, and lots of absurd humor. There's definitely that there. The game mixes elements of classic adventure games with some visual novel style storytelling. It's actually kind of decent. There's a whole plot going on.
Let's hope so.
I'm in an insane asylum now. Hi, resident.
This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no. Poor devil.
Yes. That's the only reason I know this game exists. Whenever I went down to visit Danger, we were at GameStop on like the last day, and all three of us, me, him, and his two brothers, were sitting at a GameStop and looking at it. I was like, Hayden, you ever heard of this game? I look at the shelf after I was just looking at, what was I looking at? I was looking at something. I was looking at a game, probably a Funko Pop, maybe both. But we looked at it and it was like, I've never heard of this game. Do I want to get it? I don't know, Hayden. It's a stupid, absurd game. You know, you're a professional at stupid games. I was like, all right. Nah, I'm not going to get it. As we're about to leave, nah, I'm getting it. And I got not my game of the year in any capacity. But this hasn't been the worst game I've played this year, which is kind of sad.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe
playing Stellar
restoring
Blade.
its balance.
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
I could be playing
Fuck you.
Stellar Blade right now. Let me flip out this thing. I like the alternate arts on most of these. I could legitimately be playing Stellar Blade right now, but no, I'm playing a game with Buddy Cop Noir chickens. Huh. Yeah, no, Wild. It's not the worst game I've played. What is probably the worst game I've played this year? Whoa, look at the color. I do like this game. Like, one good thing about this game is it's black and white 90% of the time. There are the few times the color gets splashed in there, it makes a difference. Oh, what is this?
This picture.
It's weird.
It's very...
Special?
Weird.
This
It's...
special?
There's nothing else. Game of the Year, Skyrim. I still haven't played Skyrim.
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm ever gonna play Skyrim. My list. Oh, look! I didn't even notice her. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm ever gonna play Skyrim. My list
We
is
should
just
check
ever
in
growing.
first. We should go to reception.
One of my buddies, one of my friends has played it before. I've seen
the great wild ones.
it. She doesn't
Greetings,
fit the
miss.
frame.
Is it really you?
Well, yes.
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumey, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
Thanks.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
I'm getting Alan Wake vibes.
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, I am. I just needed some air. So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Oh, I know it is. I know Skyrim's a long thing. That's why I don't know if I'm ever gonna touch it. If I do, it's gonna have to legitimately be like the only thing I put effort into. And that's 100% probably gonna be the case. Like maybe one of these days, because I've got a lot of side stuff to do. Like I gotta play Dino Crisis a bit more tonight, because we should be recording this weekend. That's my hope. Because Last of Us was uploaded a week ago, yesterday. So I'm hoping we'll get it. Danger will have it beat by Saturday. Don't know yet, but we're gonna see. I am 100% sure. Go if you want to go back and watch the other stuff. It's not a furry dating sim. This is the first character I've met that actually acts like that.
Sorry, but I still can't believe it's really you.
Neither can we.
You can't imagine how wonderful it is that I can help you in one of your cases.
Oh,
Does this mean it will become a new book? And maybe I will be in it?
Miss, those books aren't really...
Don't even tell me. No, I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise instead.
No, I didn't mean...
Leave it to me, Sonny.
it's
I'm
not
good
Pat.
at this.
You
Thank
know what?
you,
If that actually
miss.
happens,
Your
I'm
words are
out
very
too.
flattering, and we are honored.
No, I thank you. I'll never forget this day.
The voice
He
acting's
won't
top
either,
notch,
that's
though.
for sure.
We're happy to bring you joy, miss. Anytime.
No matter what this game gets said about this game, the voice acting is top notch.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty.
A snake?
Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and,
chicken in my
of
teeth.
course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
The only
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
It's better than most AAA games, which is kind of sad. How the Sasuius Quetzalcoatl? Quetzalcoatl? But it's kind of sad that this little game is it's Handy Games, a THQ Nordic division. I thought THQ shut down all their stuff. Huh. And the music isn't bad either. Like, this is honestly a top-notch game that shouldn't be.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
Oh, he's better
He's
make time.
swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so. What can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
Come on, Miranda.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler.
Oh.
The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Didn't we know this?
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
But no, like, I am actually amazed at this game.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
We need to let them know we're here first.
But I have.
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see.
So he's not even here.
We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
So many
Great
jokes we
wild
made.
ones
Oh,
protect
you
him.
have no idea. Again,
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to
you
it.
really need to go
Well,
back to watch the
reptiles have a
beginning. This
disgusting
game is
body
stupid
odor,
fun.
Marty. But they feel exactly the same about us.
Exactly.
Aye.
Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell. And birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Oh man, Dr. Quetzal.
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I see. That makes sense.
They're in the walls.
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuous Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the Predatory Division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Aw, man.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Just order the
Now,
McChicken.
that's
Name it
much
Martin.
more
Send me a
interesting.
picture.
So,
When it gets
are
in,
you
just
willing
call
to
Martin.
talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
I got some of that bacalaos. Let's see it. Oh no. Oh, no, okay, not the bad questions.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
What kind of a place is this exactly?
Well, this
I
is the biggest
assume it
issue with this
wasn't
game.
built
I
as an
say
insane asylum.
it's a slow burn.
It
game.
used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150
How long do
years.
snakes live for?
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance.
Now, Madame Zavos, by the way. Madame Zavos, for those that haven't seen anything prior, is a giant alligator mistress lady who owns a brothel.
Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
I don't believe you.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
No. Questions. And this is the main gameplay mechanic.
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows.
That what
the
applies to
power
snake
was
people.
going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Okay.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
Would he answer that? I feel like that'd be negative.
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our
Thought so.
patients,
Okay.
Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
I don't think it would be.
How did
See
you
that.
see Albert when you first met?
Albert was shy and reserved, like a ghost. He almost never touched anything. It was evident he was exceptionally intelligent. He measured and observed everything around him.
What else?
He was delicate and graceful, almost like a woman. Yes. He was rather feminine. He was an artist, Mr. Featherland, a magnificent painter, and rather good writer, too. Sometimes I even heard him sing.
Why did he have to be locked up?
I asked the same thing at first.
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed
And that's
to
why
come
we have the
back.
wristband.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
Okay. When and why? I feel like this one, it's detail.
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him.
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the empty wall for hours.
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship. He was working on a painting for his brother.
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
Oh, exactly. So you already
Okay,
knew
so
about
Natasha
that.
has a lot more
Yes,
to this
Dr.
than-
Quetzal, I've seen it.
No, I dated a woman with multiple personalities once. And, well, I mean, do you want a rat that has multiple personalities?
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person.
I see.
But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed, right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What
God,
exactly
you know,
happened
it
that
depends
day,
on the
Doctor?
personality. It depends on the
It
personality.
wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr.
he has some
Quetzal.
good
Don't back
personalities.
down.
Oh,
If
you're
it's a good
right.
personality, I don't mind
There's
multiple
no use
personalities.
turning back now.
But if it's like split,
Albert's tongue was torn out or cut off, I don't know exactly. And he was blinded in one eye. Or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what
I mean,
had
I know your
happened.
personality pretty well.
They simply told
I
me
agree
it
with
was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
Ooh. This is detail. Exploit vulnerability. He didn't say, he won't say that. He already said cut or removed. I don't know which.
You didn't believe Albert had an accident, is that right?
Of course not. I'm not naive. I knew immediately that Albert had been severely battered.
Sorry, Brian.
And I was sure it had been his brother, Hobart.
Well, we don't know that, Dr. Quetzal.
Would you defend a monster?
Take it easy, Doc. One of the most critical elements of my job is not to make assumptions.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Featherland. I'm sorry I got carried away.
It's all right. Happens to everyone.
No! That could have been perfect!
Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
I'm sure it was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would he do that?
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
You're welcome, Detective.
He is very flamboyant.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
Never thought I'd talk about a snake
A
being
few
flamboyant.
weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell.
Transfer. Not transfer.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
Two words.
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't.
So Ibn
Do you
just...
think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland.
Oh, my Unity thing is about to expire. I need to take care of
His
that after this.
door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you,
He hasn't
Doctor.
done
You've been
anything.
a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
Darn it! I was one question off from getting perfect.
Please, I'm at your service.
Thank you, miss.
Huh. Do I go talk to him
We
again?
need to let them know where...
Oh, what do you mean?
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
Wait a minute.
I'd
What if
rather call
Ibn
it his
is
room.
Albert?
Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
What's that movie?
Thanks to the Wessler name,
Us?
I guess.
Is it Us?
Yes. Well, we
Be a
try to
weird
make
twist.
all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
All right.
Well, that's, surprising.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
His
This
nose.
place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
A small window, a small hope.
I mean, this is a cell, but it's definitely better than cells I've seen.
The style, it's very familiar to me.
You've been lonely for far too long, huh?
Not funny, Marty.
This is
It is, a little.
weird. I got a book. I found 2 collectibles this whole game.
Look at that, a letter. Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Nope.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Hey,
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
professional.
Just use your imagination, old bird.
I'm good.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
So is that everything here? I think so. All that's left then is the creepy mural.
No way. Is this some kind of puzzle?
Oh no!
I don't think so. But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
If I could... A. Oh, there's an A there. Is this... Wah? Oh, wah. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 9. But there's another 8. Not entirely sure what this line's for. Let's look at these things I picked up.
Identical twins. And looking at it...
I know I don't exist. I don't exist because you don't see me. But I'm not what you think I am. You don't ever think about me, do you? Never, no. I think of you every day, every minute, always. In my dreams, I become one with him. One soul. You know who I'm thinking about, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel that I'm there too? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? I can't hold it in for myself for long. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, please. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. The world is crashing down. The whole world just rotting and rotting. Everything is rotting around me. I have to get out of here to become one with my destiny and one with you. Forgive me.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that. What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
Maybe.
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
Okay.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
So, detectives, have you
Why can't I
found
draw on
what
the
you're
wall?
looking for?
I'm afraid we have, Doctor. And more.
I wouldn't dare to say I'm happy to hear it, but I'm glad to be of service to you.
Well, thanks, Doc.
I hope I don't offend you by saying I hope we're not going to meet anytime soon.
Not on account of either of our jobs, am I right?
Exactly.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
Farewell, Miranda, dear. Lovely to meet you.
So, you'll remember my name?
Absolutely.
Marty McChicken never forgets, ma'am.
Oh,
Furry gods. Let's go. Goodbye, miss. It was a pleasure.
goodbye, gentlemen. And happy investigating.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If there's anything I can help you with, please just ask.
Thank you, Miranda. You've already helped enough.
Oh.
We need to let them know.
I want to go down the corridor, but we need to get back to Clawville. Hotel Atlas.
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two again?
Take them out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Ah, man, here we go again.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
Why are they here? Why?
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
I'm shooting the cat. I did it. We escaped them yet again.
Well, that was close.
A little too close for my taste, and it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Well, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece.
Wessler isn't the Wessler, is he? It's
Let's
the
start
other
from
Wessler.
the beginning. So, we got a case.
No, puzzles. Okay, so it's those two. Is that not it? No. Love letter. That made sense. The Tsar Club? Oh. I'll just try to keep the painting a secret from us. Okay, I thought that was, one of those two was it. Fine, the one that doesn't make sense. Excuse me, which one?
Natasha tried to show us the painting.
Okay. So, this. No. This? Okay.
And that painting would have shown us the way.
Nope. Things that make sense.
To Ibn and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
Okay, I would have thought it was one of the other ones. So that was Natasha's secret. Fatal love?
Which made Albert
Fall in love with Natasha. Hey, but that one makes sense. See, that's my thought.
fall in love with Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
So, okay, so I was right, theoretically.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I was right.
And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What? No, I snorted.
No, you laughed.
Ah, just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
Yes.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
Correct.
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up.
Alright, we're at the end of the game. Hello, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team. What is it?
You know, he is part of the team.
Lewis, you
You're right.
don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted.
He was
It
faking
happens
it.
sometimes.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis.
Lewis is the real
You
villain.
always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the Chicken Police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny, don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Yeah, all of this. We got our last thing. Foggy
This
streets.
fog's almost impenetrable.
Silent chicken.
Strange, but somehow this time I feel it's a good omen.
Really? How come?
I don't know. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel without the light.
Oh, you're not getting ready to die, are you, old man? If we're going on a suicide mission, I think I should know.
Why, haven't I told you yet?
You're not funny.
I guess. Let's talk to Marty then.
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least. So, are you ready?
I am.
I'm still thinking about it, Marty.
New location.
Did you forget anything?
No, I just thought I'd take a look.
You becoming sentimental?
Who knows? Maybe.
Oh, that's cute.
Should I say it?
I know, Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it.
We're
I'd be
friends.
bored to death otherwise.
I swear, if we die. Oh, I thought we could finally go to a
Abandon
friend.
hope, all ye who enter here.
Very funny.
Funny, because it's true.
What do you mean? He's ready to go die with his partner. Because we're at our last mission. If there's anything I want to do, I can't think of anything. Let's go to the Westler residence. Let's go beat Chicken
The
Police.
Sunrow. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim?
I mean,
Or
Brian,
did
he's
she
a rabbit.
know
Rabbits
everything?
are cute.
Was she controlling the puppets?
Oh,
from
that's also
behind the
Marty's
curtain?
character. He's very flirtatious.
Well, if you don't know where to go
I'm not even
straight
playing as
ahead.
him. I'm playing as Sonny. Him.
What could possibly go wrong?
Ah, man, Sonny. I don't know. Excuse me.
Here I am, Natasha.
Whoa!
I
All
hope
the
you're
color!
waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but
I like that.
Half the
I like
city
this.
is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
I hope this game doesn't have like multiple endings. Wow, the color. See, it really pops whenever you're in a world that doesn't have color.
Huh. One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, not so fast, chickens.
Let us
Excuse
through,
my
big
partner.
kit.
He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits. As you may already know.
Even though you have shot at me very many times with your gun in the car, you think we want to be friendly to you?
Not as long as I'm here, boys.
We'll see about that, furball.
Not as long as...
We'll see about...
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
I think the cat's broken.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Is that right,
Is he
Gabriel?
mocking us?
Oh, get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin.
I think he's mocking us.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys. This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the
Color.
big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Hello, Olivia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin!
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia?
Hi, Natasha.
So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss, Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
Hello, Natasha. What is that? What is that? That is horrifying. Don't quote me on that. What?
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
Ibn
You
doesn't
commissioned
exist
us,
anymore.
Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Yes.
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work.
That
We
means
talked to
nothing.
Madame Savas.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
The Eben
You
does
have
not
to
exist.
know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives.
Hi,
I'm having a
Wessler.
rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
All
You
right.
just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me,
Not.
gents.
Lead
I'm,
on, Wessler.
I'm glad I figured it
So
out.
long, sweetheart.
Like, a thought crossed my mind as soon as, like, tongue was cut out. It's like, oh, twins. They traded. I'm glad I picked up on that.
Goodbye.
My sleuthing skills aren't great, but they're not horrible. Oh.
This painting.
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
I couldn't tell.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Where is it?
Really? It's here with us. This painting.
I want to point this
It's
out because that was
beautiful
that was a.
and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny.
Well, yeah.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Man, we know exactly where is it.
Really?
Really? It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
Cat scratch fever.
More like a rat scratch. Because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler.
Wessler.
He's a great
not
painter.
Wesker.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
They can't be saying
Enough.
that filth. What filth?
Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
Let's look at the
This
window.
estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
Aw, man, we're just really poking fun at everything. Hey, book. Wow, that's 3.
Yeah. Would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really. Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree. Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that.
Oh boy. Let's get him to confess, because I've looked at everything.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
Let's do
With
this.
pleasure, Mr. Wessler. I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Is he now?
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This
Almost.
picture, it's rather strange, you know?
I'm ready
Why
for
do
the
you think
reveal.
so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Eh, I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We
Albert's
visited
letter.
Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad, insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But
I
they
know, that's
believe
why I'm
yours,
really curious on how it's
right?
gonna go.
Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Oh boy! We've kind of... He drew a gun on me!
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Okay, so I actually...
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
It's like the Shadow Broker. Why did you decide?
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately.
Yeah.
And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
You know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
And you're right.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
Oh.
Does it make you happy to control others, Albert?
I was never the type. Not until I become one with my brother. He was different. He lived for this. He wanted to rule everything he set his gaze upon.
Haven't you done the same with Natasha?
I did, Detective. Yeah, exactly the same. And that's when I started to become one with my brother.
Do you mean before brutally mutilating and killing him?
Yeah. Long before that, Detective.
I'm not doing good.
What would you have done if Natasha found out? Kill her, too?
You know what? Maybe, yeah. Maybe I would have ended myself, too.
Narcissistic pricks like you never commit suicide, Albert.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to insult someone who's pointing a revolver at your stomach, Detective?
Oh, God!
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about, spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us, even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time.
I'm gonna die.
Albert is a cruel psychopath.
If
maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
The moment he
when
saw
I
Natasha.
drew the last stroke on that fatal pain, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, Detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is.
Longer, it feels like.
But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never hurt a fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
When did you decide that we too have to die?
Can I be honest? I didn't want to hurt you, even after what you've done at the club, after interrogating Natasha and me so cruelly. I didn't care. You just saw what's on the outside, just scratching the surface.
Until we found Deborah.
I didn't even know about you finding her until the phone call from the Nile. Then it all became clear. I understood I underestimated you. I had to remedy that mistake before it was too late.
You remove anyone if they happen to cross your path, don't you? Without batting an eye.
Ibn had always been like that. Albert the opposite, so don't think I wasn't struggling, but, eventually, yeah. Courage won, every time.
You mean fear?
Yeah. What do you know about these concepts, Detective? You spent your life chasing petty nobodies until you turned into one of them.
I may be a nobody, Mr. Wessler, but at least I know who and what I am. I'm Santino Featherland. Tell me, can you still tell who you really are? Albert? Ibn? Both of them? Neither.
Enough, Santino. Enough games. Ask your last question before I get tired of you and pull the trigger.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds. Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
I think that's the right
Natasha
route.
was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Interesting.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Oh no!
So long, Albert.
Sherlock Holmes? Oh! Okay.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the giz...
No!
What were you thinking, Al? Why did you... Did you ever... Does it... What made... That was your... I must get... When was the What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp-tongued detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all...
Jealousy.
Oh, come on, Al.
Yeah.
What
I
does
didn't mean
that
to do the
mean?
hit the
Albert
button I
did our
hit.
mother wrong.
What did you do to her, Al?
Albert killed her.
But he never forgot who...
Ibn was really good to him. Visit
And
both of them, son.
when did you decide that...
Can I be honest?
And I'm very close. Natasha was kind. Maybe it's...
There we go. Ooh, this music, the intensity, the sheer ferocity. Fire! Do it. Oh. Who shot Albert? It was Natasha.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you,
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target.
You know, I
Gasp.
truly loved Ibn.
I know.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
Ooh. Cops?
the cops. But how? How do they know?
She
I
called
have
him.
no idea, Marty.
do not look at me.
Take up
I
Ryan.
did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Now, before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica!
Monica.
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
That's because
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
Did we do it? Did I beat the game? Do I get to go kiss my cat, lady?
So, what now? Where to
Is
now?
there a sequel?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am.
Goodbye, detectives.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No.
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
So what do I do now?
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
We did.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Ah.
Natasha.
Oh.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
Oh, what's his name? Timothy.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
That wasn't a joke.
Joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Clock off, Tim.
Hey!
So do I leave now? What?
And what about you, Sonny?
Oh.
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right.
Can I?
Just one quote, guys. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can...
What do I do?
Is this a mansion?
Or a You're a good boy, Bosco.
You know, folks, somebody's...
Sorry for the mess.
Yeah, unfortunate.
How did you catch them?
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded.
Hey, a second longer and it...
That shit...
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my...
I didn't need...
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to...
I think I'll manage.
Do I guess I gotta talk to the henchman now?
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly...
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this,
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, Chicky.
Oh, look at that.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like...
Amazing.
I don't know what to do.
How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I...
No, I love it when you say pretty little things.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
I don't know. I mean, we're at the happily ever after. But...
Thank you. But it was also me who endangered you in the...
Well, I won't argue about that.
Thank you.
What do I do?
Santino, you're do...
No, sir.
Then get the fuck...
Just one quote.
Nice catch, Bosco.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
I don't know.
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare.
Maybe I will.
I certainly hope.
did I beat the game? No credits? I missed one character, huh? I know exactly who I missed. It's the dude at the newsstand. I don't know. Am I missing something? Because I would have thought...
It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us.
There's a sequel coming? Is there? Oh! Hi, Filmar!
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny?
There's a secret ending to this game,
Did someone
too?
hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you?
I'm
whatever
kind of
we did.
excited about it.
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
I'm probably not... It's called Chico... Into the... Ooh, they did talk about the hive, huh?
Must be some...
Don't believe
And I'll...
that too. I think I have an idea who...
Hey.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
You wish, pal.
Anyway, it's good to...
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, no.
I think I've done everything.
Anyway, it's...
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police in the flesh.
All
Damn it, Tim,
right.
drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boy.
And then I gotta pull up the secret
This
ending,
time,
too.
you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Because if I play this again, I'll do it. I'll
yes,
do it on my
sir,
own.
we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Chicken Police is back together. Projectionist? Get all the cutscenes of the game. Interesting, okay. Oh. The following animal species were not included in this game. Oh! Oh! This could take a second. Oh, that's sad. Didn't include them because they were extinct? That's kind of sad. Oh. Is this a secret ending?
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
Is this
I
a
wouldn't
secret
say
ending?
that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Was
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
the only time true animation was used. So was that the secret ending? I don't think it is. Oh, okay. Whatever happens to you, Spike Spigal. Okay, so was that the secret? Was that the secret ending? I have this one. I'm assuming this is the secret ending that I originally got. It wasn't even animated. It was live action for a second.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
No. What do you think, Natasha?
I didn't get the secret ending. Makes sense. And I'm also going to watch the announcement of part 2. No. Oh, that's Molly! Now this was animated. That doesn't look bad at all. Let's hope Chicken Police 2 Into the Hive has good budget so it can actually do some animation. Now, let's watch the official trailer for part 2.
This whole madness started with this petty little affair. Petty to the one who reads it in the paper. Less petty to the one who's getting shot.
She wasn't a she was a parrot.
Clawville, the city of opportunity, the city of dreams, a bastion of tolerance and equality, a genuine shithole. You know, truth is a weird dame. No matter how loyal you are to her, she'll cheat on you in the end.
Pretty good animation, it really is.
The question is, are you gonna stay by her side? And if you do, what price are you willing to pay?
You know what? I may have to wish list this. Like, no, all jokes aside, I might have to. I kind of, unfortunately, I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this stupid game. I thoroughly enjoyed this stupid game. I may have to wish list the sequel. I wonder if Danger would want to play this on Games and Gamers. But I have now officially beat Chicken Police. That's another game off my list for the year. This is Gotham but with chickens, except this is better than Gotham. There are so many trophies. Well, I got nothing else. I collected 3. I got nothing else, so peace out. Chicken Police is now officially done forever.